Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and this is Transport Fever, this one Let's Play Speed Build series. I've almost forgotten what the heck I was talking about just then. And we're following a train that sort of existed but then again didn't at the end of the last episode. You may remember the previous episode in this series. I was adding to our goods production manufacturing process by bringing in steel from way up here on this mesa here, down into the manufacturing factory here, to complement the plastics and the logs, sorry, the planks being brought in from the other side of the map. Now, I don't like those red numbers, get rid of those. Now, I did play on a little bit after that episode and discovered that the really powerful very macho train, the locomotive that I put on this steel line, and all those really funky modern steel stake cars, whatever they were called, were ridiculously expensive and would never make any money whatsoever for decades. So I've replaced that train. In fact, I've replaced it. Which one is it? That's 84, I think, isn't it? There he is, yeah. I've in fact replaced that line from the one big funky, very powerful locomotive with two of these slightly smaller ones with cheaper loco and cheaper wagons on the back as well. Why are you waiting? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I don't understand. Let me pause this for a second. Okay. So you're going in there. Now this other train which I put on the line as well, where are you? Oh, thanks, that's great. Okay. No, that's not you. So you're... I don't understand. Why is he... Oh, is the other train going to come in... Yeah, it's probably coming in from that side of the station on that same line rather than going straight through. And if I put a signal here perhaps, maybe that will help the situation. Don't put it there. I still don't understand because this train is on that same line. And where are you going? You're going there. No, it really doesn't make sense at all. Okay, right. I wasn't expecting to do this at the beginning of this episode because there's a fair amount of maintenance work, as it were, to do. Okay, if I do put that signal, yeah, there. Right. Okay, let's get the... So you come in. You're both moving now, are you? That's splendid. I mean, that signal there is ridiculous. It shouldn't be there at all. There's a light there. I have a suspicion I have changed these platforms up, to be honest, since the end of the last episode. So that might be what's going on. It thought it was going to one platform, but in fact it's not. If I get rid of that signal, because that really will autosave coming in at a very inappropriate time. Let's get rid of you because you will just cause chaos there. Okay. Yeah, on this steel train, you can see, if I go to the finances of this train, previously that consist would have cost me nearly 5 million a year, but I've reduced that now. So, well, per train it now costs me less than 2.5. So even with two trains it's going to be slightly cheaper to run than that one big one that we had before. Okay, the other change I've made to this process... You're still waiting in there. Where are you? Where are you? It says it's there, but I don't see it. don't see it at all. Oh, was there an issue with... No, I don't understand. Was there an issue with it being on the wrong side of the tracks? How can it be on the wrong side of the tracks? You can't move that. Because that's right. Okay, let's turn you around then. No path. No. Okay, we'll put you on a different route entirely then. We'll put you on the... No, that's the one I want to use. If we put you on there... Okay. What is that train? I'm not seeing any icons at all for it. Where are you? Right, there you are. Okay. You're definitely on the wrong track. How on earth did that happen? We should have... All these should be... No, don't delete. These should be... Yeah, double slipped. Double slipped. That one I don't think is relevant, really. It's double slipping, but there you go. Okay. So where are you? Okay, now if we send you there, right, are these... Yeah, these are double slipped. Even, oh, make that one. Right, can I put this one back then to the line it should be? No, not that. To the line it should be on, which is the steel supply. And will you move to the right track? Where are you going to stop? You're going to stop there. Good plan. Right, so this one will come... let's speed this up a bit. I don't want to be sat here doing this when we've got a speed build thing. Got the rest of the episode to go through. Waiting for free path. No, 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 no. Oh, dear. Oh, dear me. Right. Let's put you on there again. Right. Can I put... signals there? And you are the Big Hogan steel, is that the one? Yeah. Where the heck are you going? Oh, you're trying... Yes, of course you are. Right, give me a moment. I'll sort this out and I'll come back to you in a moment. Oh, heck. Right, okay, that's sorted out finally, I think. And we don't need that signal there. Not at all. Okay, the other thing I've done as well, again, just to get costs down on this manufacturing process, is the plastics train here. Again, I've reduced the consist on that. I think the locomotive is the same, but I replaced the somewhat expensive boxcar wagons here with a slightly cheaper, more cost effective, that's the phrase to use, more cost effective universal wagon. Which is that, the Pennsylvania one or the NAFI? Pennsylvania. Yep, because the Pennsylvania has a maximum speed which matches that of the locomotive, which the NAFI's doesn't. So the NAFI's is a much more capable universal wagon. It can go a lot faster, which we don't need because the locomotive doesn't. Right, let's pause that again. Yeah. Okay, now what I'm going to do, the first section of this, the rest of the video, the sort of speed build thing, although I'm not actually going to be building much for a few minutes at least, is dealing with route capacity and replacing and enhancing the lines, the routes that we've got. I noticed as I was going around here, it was something I had in mind as I looked at the results at the end of the last video, is I've ignored passengers for a little bit, and the population in our hub city, Algeto Monument Valley over here, was going into a bit of a decline. It did come out of it after a few years, but I'm thinking if I can mitigate that potential decline in the short term, then hopefully as it will carry on growing and grow even bigger and larger and more populous in the longer term, rather than suffering and just having to get back as it did in my sort of play on, as it were. Because again, the sort of the conceit of this series is to create a one big city of potentially 10,000 population. We're not quite half that yet. Yeah, I'm not sure we're actually going to be able to achieve 10,000 with the game still being actually playable, but we will keep it going as long as we can, and we're certainly doing it a lot better in terms of population than I usually do when playing Transport Fever. Anyway, so what I thought was we need to make sure we've got all the capacity, bringing as many passengers in as quickly as possible into all our cities, but in particular Algeto. So I had a look around the map and saw where have I got big collections of people waiting to be picked up, and whether El Missa was an unlikely candidate for that scenario. When I checked these numbers here, 115 waiting to go on a bus down there to Rabbit, and 72 going to a sort of secondary hub station over there at Big Hogan. The issue we've got here, I think, is that these bus routes, the Rabbit Valley one, does already have lots of buses on it. I think the problem with that route is congestion, if not so much. There is a fair amount of congestion on the motorway. It looks like it's actually tidying up a bit in town. No, there is still some congestion going on there, as you can see. But I'm going to leave that one for the moment. We may put a few more buses on there, but the other one, Big Hogan to Wetherell, was, we passed over a year, 1988. Well, we'll deal with that in a second. Does have relatively few buses on, so I think, seeing as there's 72 people waiting in, where have I gone? Have I lost it? There it is, Wetherell Messa. We'll stick another couple of buses on here. We haven't got any more new buses. We're still using this old Chevrolet. It's reasonably fast, but doesn't carry a great many people. We'll stick 2 more on at this end. Okay. Now, there aren't as many as I think normally waiting here at the Big Hogan Junction. 32 is still a fair amount, but we'll add another vehicle down here. Get into the same line. Wetherell Connect. Okay. Right, so we'll have that running on, and I have got a whole list of other routes that need addressing in terms of adding passengers, passenger capacity, replacing old locomotives, and we'll do that. But one of the first things I want to do, and this will be the first step in the speed build, sorry, I just wandered off into a sort of thinking thing just then, is I downloaded a new asset mod, which is this, which is a new parking station. It is perhaps a little bit modern for 1986, but I don't care. It is pretty darned impressive. It actually doubles as a depot, and the mod description page, and I'll put a link to that in the description of this video obviously, as usual, also suggests it's something of a people magnet, which may or may not become a problem. So what I'm thinking is I'll stick that in there and just sort of build up this central hub. In the middle of nowhere, it needs things to bring people to it, and hopefully use the airport, because the airport still isn't making money. How long has it been going, this line? About 9 years, 8-9 years, yep. And no, it is just not making money. So we may actually, if it doesn't make money by, say, within the next 5 years or so, or look to be on the going in that direction, we will in fact, I think, lose this airport, and we'll just increase appropriately our train provision to get people up here into the junction. But anyway, yes, I've got plans for a new freight thing, which you'll see in the speed build. But first off, there'll be a quick series of train replacements just to enhance the capacity we need on some of our key routes, just to make sure that the populations keep on growing in all the cities on the map. And just on that, where is it? It's here, isn't it? Quick check. We are currently running... Ooh! You can't zoom in on this. With just about 40,000 population for the whole map, which is pretty nice, I think. So how long will it take us to get another 10,000 on the map? Needn't be too long, I hope. Anyway, yes, stop waffling, get on with it. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed the rest of this video, the speed build section. If you do, give us a click on that thumbs up, be very much appreciated. A little bit of a like, you know how it works. But of course, if you've got any thoughts, suggestions, recommendations, even criticisms, it'd be great to hear from you. Just drop a note into the comments box below, and that just would be amazing to hear from you. And of course, if you've not done so already, why not subscribe to the channel, and that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, Ajaxpost, enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll see you again soon. But until then, bye bye for now.